do. I'm going to share this video and then I'll be right back with you. One more again and I'll be right back. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Thank you all for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. As you guys come in, please hit that like button for your girl. It is going to help with the algorithm. If you've been rocking with me since day one, please put one of your many favorite Truthgang hashtags in the comment section. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are welcome. Grand Rising, Miss K, Miss Flo, thanks for joining. So I got another story time, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have another story time. Okay. So we're going to get into it about how my day went. I got some pictures. I'm going to post some pictures because, of course, the spirit doesn't want me showing location and all of the shit of where I am. But I will post some pictures of like my self-date that I had. I didn't really go get my nails done, but I'm going to tell y'all why, right? So after I got off my live yesterday, I got my kids together. I took them shopping. I gave them some pocket money. I gave them some money for their pocket so they can buy the things that they wanted for themselves. They ended up buying, my sons ended up buying outfits. They bought some pants and some shirts and some baseball caps and shit. My daughter got her a dress, some little cute shirts and some boots. I got me a little outfit and some boots as well, right? And as I was doing that, I was like, all right, so kids, I'm going to get y'all something to eat and all the other stuff. And then I'm going to take y'all to the crib and I'm going to get myself together and I'm going to take myself out, right? So y'all know that dude that I had told y'all that I had met, he had gave me his number and he wanted to link that night. But I was like, no, I don't want to link with you that night. And I felt like yesterday, maybe he was a little disinterested because I didn't link up with him that night, right? So after we get back from taking the kids out and letting them spend all their money up and do their thing. They look good, y'all. They got some really nice stuff. They got some really nice outfits and stuff, right? So after taking the kids out and doing that, I come back home. I'm about to hop in the shower, get myself together, take myself out. And then I receive a text message from old boy. And he's like, is today a good day? Do you want to go out? Like, let's go out. Let's go kick it or whatever, right? So I'm like, cool. It ain't no thing, right? Now, I already knew old boy didn't have a car because I asked him if he had a car. And he said no. And my sons and my kids was like, Mama, don't be no bougie bitch. They didn't say it like that, but they was basically like, Mama, don't be no bougie ass bitch. Like, you know that there was times that we didn't have a car, that we had to get out here and mob it. You know what I'm saying? We had a straight mob on that ass, right? Use the motherfucking Nikes and shit. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna judge him because he doesn't have a car. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that. But I was telling my kids, I talk to my kids about everything. I was telling my kids, I don't want to be driving a nigga around, like, cause I've experienced that too, where I dated a dude that didn't have a car, and then because you start dating or maybe you have sex with them or something, they think that you're supposed to drive them everywhere that they need to go or pick them up or come when they call it, all that shit, and that's just not how I move, right? That ain't how I move, right? So, I ended up picking the dude up from work. I done got out the shower. I done got myself all fresh and clean and shit. Ended up picking the dude up from work. He has a job, so I'm like, okay, he got a job, so that's cool. You know what I'm saying? At least I know he got some type of income coming in. But long story short, y'all, this nigga was broke, man. And I don't mind if a nigga is struggling and they have a problem. I'm not no bougie bitch. I don't mind if a nigga is struggling and they have no problem, right? First things first, right? So he works. He came out of his job and he already had, thank God I had already ate, okay? He already had like, some food for himself or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm not even really hungry. I had just took my kids out. We ate while we was out and all that other shit, right? But he didn't even offer. And I felt like that was kind of rude. I'm like, okay, that's rude. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even really offer, right? And then he was talking about, let's go get some drinks. We finna go get some drinks or whatever. So I drive to the liquor store or whatever so he can get some drinks and shit. And as soon as we pull up at the liquor store, the nigga is like, and this is before I actually took myself out on a date. I ended up taking myself out because I was like, fuck this, right? But we pull up to the liquor store and he goes in there and he's like, oh, I'm finna go on a trip or whatever. And I don't really want to spend no type of money or whatever. And I'm like, well, I got drinks at the crib. Like, you should have just said that. I got a bottle at the crib. I got shit to mix some shit up. I don't let no nigga over my crib when I first meet them. But I was like, I can mix some shit up. It ain't no thing. You know what I'm saying? I got, some Bacardi and shit for the spirits. I be buying liquor for my spirits and shit. And I drink with my spirits. So I'm like, you know, I could just go home or whatever. But he came out with this little 99-cent drink or whatever. And he was like, this was $1 or whatever. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I could tell he thought that I had money because he's looking at my jewelry and shit. And anybody, just for future references, if you think I have like money, I ain't broke, but I don't. All of the jewelry that I have, unless Spirit gave it to me, I made payments on my shit. Yeah, it's real, but I had a payment plan with this shit. I ain't go and drop down no racks and shit all at once for my shit. I just want to make that clear. Now, I got my jewelry because that was something that I wanted, so I decided that I was going to invest in myself by putting aside $50 every month to get this real jewelry that I'm wearing. I ain't bothering, okay? So he's looking at my jewelry and shit, right? And I don't do broke ass niggas. I mean, not that I want your money because I have my own money. It's just that I don't want you, because you a broke ass nigga, I don't want you to feel like you are entitled to my money or whatever. Because when I hustle, I'm hustling. You know what I'm saying? But I don't judge people, okay? I don't judge people, right? So I go back to the crib. I get the drinks and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And basically, we were sitting in the car and we at the park and we're talking and shit. And this nigga is basically telling me like how he don't got no fucking money. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I ain't buy this nigga nothing. For real, for real. I was going to go get my nails done. He was like, I'll sit there with you. I'll sit there with you while you get your nails done. But I didn't even want him to sit there with me while I got my nails done because I didn't want you to see that I have money. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, no, I ain't even finna go get my nails done with you because you're not offering to pay for them or nothing. Not that I expected him to do so, because I'm definitely not expecting for him to do so. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit there. I don't want you to have to sit there with me while I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I felt like he was trying to peep it out as I was seeing like he really was broke or whatever, right? So first time, before we even got to the liquor store, this was my first sign, right? Before we even got to the liquor store, now he said he didn't have a car, but he asked me, so, you know, I want to take this off. I just got off work. I want to run the house right quick. I want to take a shower or whatever. So I'm asking him, like, you know, who you stay with? Because I got to make sure I'm good. I got to make sure wherever I go, I'm straight. I don't want to be just, you know, going over nobody's house blindly and shit like that. So when we get there, he's like, oh, I live with my cousin. It's a female. She cool or whatever. So that was strike two. Nigga doesn't even have a car. Why? This is my thing, right? This is my thing. Why are you even giving bitches your phone number? You're not in a position to take no bitch out on no date. You're not in a position to do so. So why are you even giving bitches your phone number is what I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, right, sit there with me for what? I ain't trying to be rude. Now, y'all tell me if you think I'm being a bougie bitch. You can tell me if you think I'm being petty or whatever. But first strike was he didn't have a car. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I don't mind a nigga not having a car because I ain't had a car before. But then I take you to the crib so you can hop in the shower right quick. And you don't even live by yourself. Right? And I ain't knocking nobody on Section 8 or nothing. But what we pull up to is like these projects. We pull up to like these projects. So that's what I'm asking him. Okay, like who you stay with, nigga? You know what I'm saying? We pull up to like these projects, and these are like government funded projects. You know how they have, you know what I'm talking. It's like a scatter site. So you get like housing approval or whatever, and it wasn't even his house. It was his cousin's house. So she's the woman. She's the one who she has the Section 8 or whatever, right? So nigga, you homeless. All right. That's what I'm saying, right? Right, you're not in a position to be dating financially, right? So like, nigga, you homeless. When we pull up to the crib, I'm like, okay, so not only do you not have a car, you also don't have a house. So I dated, the last dude that I dated, he didn't have a car, but the nigga had his own crib. And he had a job. So that's the step up for me. Like, you are, like, you're those type of dudes, and I ain't trying to be petty, I'm sorry, but the dudes that I have been dealing with, I don't want to deal with them motherfuckers no more, okay? So I'm trying to make better choices for myself. It's okay for somebody not to have as much as what you have. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? But when they have absolutely nothing, that is a problem. I don't know. You tell me, right? That's a fucking problem, right? That's what I was thinking. That was strike that you don't have a car, you didn't have you don't have your house, and then when you came out of your job, you basically already have food, but you asked me on a date, so I picked you up from your job, and then when it was time to go get the drinks, you didn't even have money to pay for the drinks, and he looking at me like, oh, I'm like, and I had money, I could have walked in the liquor store right then and there and bought whatever the fuck I wanted out that bitch, but instead I was like, let me just go home and grab a bottle that I already have, so this nigga don't. I think he trying to see, do I got some money? You know what I'm saying? Right. So he was like, I'm the type of, I was like, when he was like, I want to sit in the nail shop with you. Just, you know, I'll sit in the nail shop with you. I'm like, at first I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm just that type of dude. If you need some tampons or something, I'll go get them with you. You're that type of dude that'll go get the tampons because you have nothing else to offer. So of course you're going to cater to your woman because you can't give her shit else. You get what I'm saying? You cannot give her shit else. Why would you even slide a bitch your number? Don't do me. Don't do me like that. You had nothing to offer me, nigga. Not that I was looking for that. Every time I go out on a date, I always have enough to cover my own because that was something that my sisters always told me, even though I don't fuck with them bitches now. I learned from my sister, my older sister, the gay one that I've been telling y'all about, Rachel. I'll be telling y'all about her. She told me, bitch, don't you ever go no motherfucking where unless you can fucking pay for yourself. So every time, if you a dude and you want to date me, just know I got me. Okay? Now, it's nice that if you have me because you're supposed to or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If a dude takes me out to dinner and he pays for the dinner, then I'm definitely going to tip the waitress or whatever. I'll pay for the little small thing or whatever he need me to do. I'll tip the waitress and no thing. And a woman should do that if the dude is taking her on a date. You know what I'm saying? But he asked me, and it was another thing too, right? So after the park was over, I'm like, okay, so where am I dropping you off at? He said, drop me off here, which is like a train station or whatever, right? So I get to dropping him off towards the train station. And as we get to the train station, he asked me to take him to the far train station, right? As we get to this train station, he's like, oh, well, I'm just going to, a few miles from here or whatever. And he looked at me like, like, are you going to take me or whatever? And I'm like, it ain't no thing. I'm going to just go ahead and run you where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no thing. I'll drop you off. So I dropped the nigga off, and the shit was hella motherfucking far, right? And he looks at me, he says, when I get my paycheck, I got you. Nah, nigga, I said, you don't gotta give me nothing. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta give me nothing. I'll just drop you off where you gotta go. And then this morning, after I dropped him off, that's when I took myself on the date. And I had a wonderful time on my own day, right? You said, nah, sis, exactly. I had a wonderful time on my own day. I got me a nice ass drink. I'm gonna post pictures. I took pictures of the drink. A steak burger. I went to a Greek restaurant. And they serve apricot ketchup and then cucumber ranch to dip your fries in. That shit is so good. And I bought me 2 drinks. And Santa Muerte with me, my little La Nina Verde down. Not La Nina Verde. La Nina Valletta. I took her with me and I got her some tequila and shit. We got some Exotico. And that's the bottle of tequila with Santa Muerte's face on it. So I had a really good time with that. But this morning, after I dropped this dude off, he had the balls, the fucking ball sack, I mean literally, to send me a kissy emoji. Nigga, you're never going to hear from me again, okay? You're never going to hear from me again. And if you are a dude and you listening to this and you interested in me, I'm just making my shit known. I got to shoot my shot. I don't care if you're slacking in one area, okay? Because that's something that can be build. And I'm always the type of female that's wanted to build something. So it's not like I'm like, yeah, you're a bum, get away from me. That's totally was not even my attitude with it. But I was completely turned off by his actions. How do you call me and ask me for a date? You have no money. How do you ask me for a date and you have no money? How do you say you want to have drinks and you have no money to buy drinks? My kids was like, Mama, why do you keep coming home? Because the free shit is at home already. Okay, I'm gonna grab some drinks from here. Okay? My kid's like, dang, Mama, you done been back like 3 times because I'm grabbing shit out the house because I ain't finna fucking go spend no money on this nigga. And I got a pocket full of money, but I ain't spending no money on this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that's how my day went. So I'm thinking that's a no-go for me. Period. Like, you don't even get an opportunity with me. Like, it's just not gonna work for me. Period. So that's how my day went, y'all. Let me read y'all comments. You said, sis, I see why you say it's important to write down your dreams and study to show that self-approved. Last few dreams I've been having align with my readings with you when I looked up their meanings. All right. So some good shit coming towards you. Some good shit. Turn off the lights. Light a candle. That's what's coming towards her, y'all. Right? And then you said, I've experienced driving a guy around because his license was suspended. He paid for everything everywhere we went in my car and put gas in my car. This dude did not give me any gas or anything. He basically was like, when I get paid, I got you. And I'm like, all right, but my nigga, I won't be around when you get paid. Okay? Period. If that's the least that they can do for you if you're driving them around. This nigga offered me no gas money. I'm just disgusted. I am appalled. And I was like, okay, I don't understand. And maybe that's why he wanted to move so fast. You got to be careful. This is what I'm saying. You got to be careful. And I apply myself for moving differently this time. Maybe that's why he wanted to move so fast and link up so fast, because he knew he didn't have anything to give or offer to the relationship or any fucking thing. So let me get in right quick, real good with her, see if I could probably hit it on the first night. And then she stuck with me. I'm a leech and I'm going to attach myself to her. Hell no, nigga, not me. All right. Kay says she gets this. Right, I get it too, girl. He's not in a position financially to be dating. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I cannot believe that he even asked me out on a date. The fuck? With no money. Niggas look at me like I got money. I'm looking for a nigga that I can build with, that I can start businesses with so we can get money together. Do not come to me broke. I'm just going to be honest. If I got 5, you at least need to have 5. I got 5 on it. You got 5 on it? Like, I'm just being honest. And I'm not going to accept less than what I'm worth. I don't give a fuck. Niggas be thinking that too. Niggas be thinking that she's a female. The females, they just don't want to be alone. So that you're going to accept whatever it is they put on the table for you. I don't think so, bro. I'll be right here fucking lonely than a motherfucker. For real. Right here lonely than a motherfucker. And then I seen some other shit too, but I'm going to get into that after I read these comments. Those are the type of dudes that depend on women to make it in life, literally. I already read that comment, but that's true. Right, go get them with you and not get them for you, right? He said he was going to go get them with me. He was going to sit there with me because he's the type of dude that'll go buy my tampons if I need them. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Nigga, you better buy me some tampons if you eating off my food stamps, my kids, zoom zooms and wham whams, moving up in my house and driving on my motherfucking car. The fuck? Dudes like that will seek females that have their own house, that have their own car, that have food stamps or whatever they can get out of them so they can come in and dick them down right quick. And then next thing you know, they eating up your kids' fruit snacks. Okay? And that's real shit. And ain't no nigga moving in with me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no nigga moving in with me. We gonna date. And then if we decide to take it further, like we're going to get married or something like that, then we're going to invest in something together. So it's not more so his than it is mine or more so mine than it is his. We're going to build something together. That's how that shit going to work. Okay? Listen to what people say and how they say it exactly. And then this is another thing too. Dude is 35, right? Dude 35 and he was like, I was like, well, I just got some Bacardi at the crib. It's already popped open or whatever. That's free. I'll go grab it and shit. You know what I'm saying? He sat there for a minute like, Bacardi. Bacardi. Bitch, you know what Bacardi is. Okay? Do I know what Bacardi is? He was sitting there like he was stupid. Do I know what Bacardi? Have I ever had that? Nigga, you know what Bacardi is. You're 35. You well into your 30s. You've been drinking over 15 years since you turned 21, motherfucker. You know what Bacardi is. He was just trying to play stupid, so I would be like, oh, it's this right here, you drink this? Nah, I'm not one of them females, man. I'm just not. You know? So, oh, hell to the no-go. For real, that part. Let's build together and get it together. That's what I'm talking about. Let's build together and get it together. And like I said, fellas, if you slacking in one area, I'm willing to work with you, but you can't come with 0, okay? You cannot come with 0. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work for me. All right. And then I seen this other YouTuber. I actually like this YouTuber. I actually like him. He's really good. His little jingle is, it's my brother, 3 colors. It's that dude with the dread. I don't know. Y'all know who I'm talking about? It's your brother, 3 colors. Dude with the dreads. He's married. He got a wife or whatever. But this nigga made a video, right, about texting females in the dating game, right? Now he married, but he talking about how this is a game, and I don't quite understand what the fuck he's saying, okay? And there's a reason for me bringing this up because everybody isn't the same, but basically he was like, if you text a girl and she gives you 1-word answers or she's short with her answers, then she's playing games with you, and that this is a game, and that you need to put your game face on when you go into a dating situation. And I was just thinking, like, who the fuck plays games like that? Sometimes a person just 1-word text because they don't know how to fucking flirt anymore. You can't really see, like, he's like, I'll leave a bitch alone, basically. And there are other dudes that were agreeing with this, that I will leave a bitch alone if she's giving 1-word answers and all this other shit. But the thing is, like, a bitch like me is shy. Okay? I'm fucking shy. I don't really know what to talk about. All I do is deal with spirits. Come on now. So the shit that you talking about with little fucking baby and shit, I might not understand that shit. So I don't know what to text about that shit. And then when it comes to a text message, just for people in general, when it comes to a text message, you are missing all the signs that come with the text message. You cannot see body language. You cannot see facial expressions. You cannot fucking see, you can't hear tone of voice. You cannot hear tone of voice when it comes to somebody like they're trying to play games with you. A female is trying to manipulate you by giving these one-word texts because she's in control. I don't know what type of bitches y'all fucking with. I don't know. You know, I have no motherfucking idea what type of bitches y'all is fucking with if this is the shit. Because I don't play no games, man. I'm too old for playing games. And if I don't respond to your text or the way that you want to, maybe try a phone call like the old people used to do. All right, maybe call a motherfucker or whatever. But there's so many things that is wrong with communicating through a text message, especially trying to date someone. It's not even funny. You cannot see none of their expressions. You can't get their vibe. You can't get none of that shit. Now, sometimes when people type shit, you can catch their vibration and you know that they was yelling at you or how they said it or whatever. But you really don't fucking know. So maybe, you know, you should just try a little harder to get to know somebody or just do a phone call or something, you know? I don't know, but I was kind of offended by that shit because there were all dudes in the comments like, yeah, these bitches, we have to stay in control. We're in competition with them. How in the fuck are you playing this fucking game? It's a win or a lose. Don't light that candle until night because it's for St. Patrick. But how is it a win or a lose when you're trying to be in a relationship with somebody? Like he said, he made the video because he wants men and women to get along. But this is my thing, brother, 3 colors. This is my thing, okay? How are you making this a competition when we're supposed to be a team? You know? How is this a competition when it's supposed to be a team? And then he was like, women, he said he studies the psychology of women. This is what he says. He studies the psychology of women. Maybe these fucking new age internet people with these fucking dating coaches or whatever, they're just getting on my fucking nerves because he kept saying women do this and women do this. And I hate when a man be trying to tell motherfucking other men about women when women are women and we know who the fuck we are and how we act. First of all, there is not one woman that's exactly the same. It's not one woman that's exactly the same. Unless these bitches are identical twins, and even then they're gonna have some differences, okay? There's not one woman that is exactly the fucking same. So all this, I know psychology of women bullshit that these niggas is on here on this internet preaching, that's bullshit. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's bullshit. That's like a woman saying, I got all these niggas in the bag because I know exactly how all they gonna act. They all finna be this way. That's not how all people, every human being is different. Even Sagittarius or if y'all signs, like I ain't gonna date a Gemini because I ain't gonna date a, because that was that fucking person. The problem that you have with that person is that person. Just like that bitch that texts you that one word or whatever and you got offended. That was that person. It is not all women. It is not all men that do this shit. Okay? But I do get offended when people come on to these platforms and they get to talking that shit like they know all women. I study the psychology of women. How? Is you a woman? Do you think like a woman? You could have a wife all day, but you'll never fully grasp the concept of being a woman, a creation portal. The woman, the womb represents chaotic energy. How the fuck is you finna sit here and try to figure that out? Bobby Hemming even told you. Bobby Hemming even told you you cannot figure out chaos. How the fuck you gonna figure that shit out? You know, but that video really struck a nerve, especially after experiencing the date. It wasn't even a date, honestly. It was me picking this nigga up from work, having a drink with him in the park from my house, because he went in there and bought some fucking 99-cent shit. I don't know what the fuck that shit was. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you broke, just say so. Shit. Okay? But anyways, after having that experience with this guy or whatever, and then coming back and then seeing that video, I was just like, wow. Because I'm a female that doesn't talk much. I talk a lot on here. When y'all see me in person, for those of y'all who have met me in person, y'all know I'm completely different than what I am on a live, okay? So in person, I'm very quiet. I don't talk much at all. I'm very shy. I don't talk at all. For real. In public, I'm an observer. I'm going to observe, but I'm in the comfort of my own space. My camera's off. I'm comfortable to be and free to be me. You know what I'm saying? The way that I really, truly act when I get on camera, that's how I truly act. You know what I'm saying? But in person, if I was to meet y'all in person, y'all would probably be like, this bitch doesn't talk. What's wrong? Is there something wrong with you? What's wrong? That's how people are with me. I don't talk. I really don't smile that much either. You know, that's just how I am in person. But I think that people should give people slack and stop trying to fucking compete with somebody you want to have sex with. What the fuck wrong with y'all? You know, I don't understand it. I don't understand. This is a game that men and women are going to play with each other. This is why marriages aren't working, because we're playing a game with each other. We're on the battlefield. I'm trying to outwit you and learn the psychology of your brain when you can never do so. Everybody's so different, you know? But anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that shit in the motherfucking comment section, because I was a little perturbed by it, because I felt like, you know, I always don't text back, or I may not, you know, seem like I'm somebody who's interested at first, because it's hard for me to communicate when it comes in the dating area. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, I would rather just fill out somebody's spirit, fill out somebody's soul or whatnot. So that's hard for me to communicate. Not that I would be playing games with a nigga. Oh, she sent me a, how you doing? I'm okay. Oh, and now they're running to ghost me because I just sent a 2-word text and didn't have a whole conversation. And he said that women do that. This is what he said. The reason for the 1 and 2-word text is because the woman wants to have control over you. The woman wants to have control over your situation. And I'm sitting here like, this is preposterous. This is preposterous. You know what I'm saying? You can't be sitting up here acting like you know every female, because every female ain't the same. Every female is not the same. Now you go get you one of them bitches with the lashes and the lace front, and there's 10 more bitches like that. Now you can know the psychology of that woman, because that woman is a copy of every other fucking woman walking around here. Okay? You can learn the psychology of that shit, but you can never learn the psychology of a real woman, because she don't act like every other female. Just like a real man doesn't act like every other male. That's how you know they a real man or a real woman. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You said text messages are often misinterpreted. They really are. And I feel like they are a lot. And I feel like his interpretation of the text message being misinterpreted is completely off. Okay? But I like you, my brother, 3 colors. It's my brother, 3 colors. We still brothers. Okay? We still brothers. I like you. I just didn't like what you said there, because I feel like I'm extraordinary. There's not another female out here like me. So your answer is wrong. All your logic and shit of your woman study of psychology, throw all that shit out the window. All right? He said at the same time, all they want to do is text all day and not actually take you out. Nah, bro. Right. Let's have a real conversation. People are looking back and they're wondering why their marriages did not last as long as great grandma and them and grandpa and them marriages and shit last. There had to be some type of communication. And with text messages and all that other shit, communication has got misconstrued. And that's just what it is. Maybe we need to communicate more. All right? And don't just take it as that. Maybe that person didn't text back because they was asleep. I'm just saying. Okay? Maybe they was busy. Maybe they was doing some productive shit, not trying to gain mental control over you because they want to have mental control over you. That's weird to me, that somebody would think that that's really what the fuck is going on. That's a little weird to me. All right. But that's what he told his subscribers. And there was many men in the comment section like, yeah, so that's why that bitch didn't text me back. She was trying to get in my mind. Nah, bruh. That's not, I don't know a female that, I don't know. I've seen some scandalous niggas and some scandalous females. Just don't think you know everybody, okay? That's my advice. Do not think that you know everybody based off of everything. Because if that was the case, off of what I know from niggas, it ain't no way in hell a bitch would be out here trying to go on another motherfucking date after the pastor and the motherfucking first husband. If I went on all men or like these niggas, I wouldn't date nobody, okay? And that's real shit. That is real shit. If I was just sitting here like, you know what? All these niggas the same. And I can know their fucking brain patterns if they don't text me enough. Okay? But I don't believe that. And I feel like that people are making a huge mistake by prejudging people. They're making a huge mistake by prejudging people and categorizing people and feeling like all females are the same. I do not like men that do that shit to women. Now, if you my brother, like I said, you my brother, but you should not do that. That's why you constantly get in the same thing too. Because remember, your thoughts become reality. So if you think all females is hoes and they ratchet, then that's what you finna attract to your ass. All the ratchet hoes and all the single bitches. All right, it just is what it is. All right. What else we got? Nope, not at all. I hate when people generalize because I am not like the next woman. So stop comparing me. Period. And men don't like to be treated the same way. When we be like, all you niggas is the same. All y'all want to do is fuck. All y'all want is pussy. They don't like when we do that to them either. You know? So when you meet somebody, you got a fresh canvas to be non-judgmental. And also, that's some unhealed shit, too. I just want to throw that out there. That is some unhealed shit. That's you taking from your past experience of what somebody else did to you that has nothing to do with this brand new person and then attaching it to them as if they're the same. Okay? And that is not right. But anyways, Grand Rising. What does that say? Santania pattern. I like that. There are different types of dates that don't always include spending money, but that sounded like an extended Uber ride. Thank you. Thank you. That was what the fuck that was. A fucking Uber ride, okay? Because all you did was drive him around, right? And that's what I told my kids. My kids like, Mama, don't be bougie. And I'm like, I ain't trying to be bougie, but I ain't also am not trying to be driving a nigga around all day. Y'all better chill out because I'm live. I ain't trying to be driving no nigga around all day. And then because if we smash or something, you really gonna feel like I need to pick you up. I need to take you here. I need to drop you here. And I'm your boo and all that other shit. Nah, bro. I'm not doing that shit. I ain't doing that shit. Exactly. They think they know us when in reality they all want to be us. Maybe something like that. If y'all clown while I'm on this live, then I'm taking everybody's snack money. I hope y'all heard that. I will be taking everybody's snack money since y'all clowning on my live. They're not clowning with me. They clowning with each other. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Whoever it is, they finna get all their money taken. But I just feel like we need to stop it, y'all. We need to really fucking stop it. And we really need to evaluate how it is that we got here. Okay? I don't want no nigga I gotta take care of. No, I don't want a nigga to take care of me neither. But I say let's take care of each other. If I got, you got. If you got, I got. We can take care of each other. You don't have to just take care of me because I ain't gonna be happy just sitting at home being cute. I got to move. I got to make some money, okay? But yeah, I have a problem with that. I had a problem with that. You said, exactly, based off your past experience, you wouldn't date anybody. Thank you. I would be thinking that everybody's fucked up, and that's the thing that they try to do too, but just don't judge people, man. Don't judge people and don't feel like, that's what it is. I think I want to do another story time, though, about when I did do internet dating and my experiences with that. And that shit is going to blow your fucking mind. That's like, boy, that shit gonna blow your motherfucking mind. The shit that I've experienced. This was nothing compared to the shit that I really have experienced out here dating. That situation with this dude not having a fucking car, a house, or any fucking thing. I think he just got a job. I think that's it. Which is a step up. I'm not knocking that man. You know what I'm saying? That's a step up. I ain't knocking that man at all. You know? I mean, I might as well keep it going. It's 10:01. My Sunday reading special, where I had a 5-card pulls for $12.22, 7-card pulls for $15.15, and a 9-card pull for $22.22. That will be available at noon. I decided I was going to start later today because when I started last Sunday, I started early, and that shit had me booked like all day. So I was like, let me just start a little later, and then first come, first serve with that. I'm probably going to cut my list off probably about maybe 10 people because I don't want to be doing that shit all day. I was like severely booked. But since we already talking about dating, I'll tell you this one story time. When I was in Omaha, Nebraska, and I met this one dude, right? And I think I met him, it could have been POF. I'm not sure what dating app it was. I met this one dude, right? And he wanted to take me out. He actually did take me out, right? And then after the date, right? We was sitting in front of my house, and the nigga was telling me, like, oh, I know you're spiritual, boop, 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 boop. And he was a believer in Christ, though. At that time, I already didn't believe in Christ, so I shouldn't have even been on a date with the nigga in the first place. But he was a believer in Christ, and this nigga, like, broke down crying to me in the car on the first date, which I was like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that because I'm someone who's in tune with my emotions, and I'm not going to judge a man for crying. I'm not saying he's no bitch or nothing for doing that. I will actually prefer a man that knows how to express healthily his emotions. But this nigga was crying and shit and confessing his sins and all kind of crazy shit in his fucking car, right? So he's like, I need a drink. Let's just go have a drink. These niggas in these drinks. Hold on one second because my kids is like really pissing me off. I really don't give a fuck because I feel like y'all pick a perfect time. See, it wasn't no problem before I went live. But the moment that I turn this fucking camera on is when y'all want to start boxing and shit in the background. And that's the problem that I have. So I don't really give a fuck what's going on. If y'all don't figure this shit out, y'all finna be broke up in this motherfucker with no snacks. Okay? Because I'm taking y'all snack money. Sorry. My kids are teenagers, okay? So I don't want y'all to be thinking I'm talking to the 2-year-old like that. I'm not, okay? But anyways. And they get all my time, too. So don't be thinking, I don't know who the fuck will be thinking this, but Spirit telling me to make it clear. Well, y'all know if you Truthgang, I do not push social media over my children. I will cut this motherfucking camera off quick and handle my business, all right? But anyways, so he's like, let's go get a drink. So we go back out, and I'm like, I'm not judging him. He cried, he broke down and all other shit. I'm not judging him. We go back out. We didn't even go in my house. We was just sitting outside my house. We never went in. We go back out to another little bar. We have another drink, right? And then after that, he's like, you want to just come see where I stay at, my crib and all the other shit? I'm going to just show you it's not too far from where you live at. And I'm like, okay, we can swoop around there. It ain't no thing, right? We get to the house, right? Then when we get to the motherfucking house, I'm on the porch, right? He say, hold on for a second. He goes around the back to the house. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he comes and opens the door. Like, he goes around the back. He leaves me on the porch. And he opens the door, right? And then he was like, come in or whatever. But there were no lights on. He was like, come in. There was no lights on in this house. And I was like, turn the light on. I'm on the porch and I'm standing outside. And Spirit was like, don't go in that motherfucker. Don't go in that motherfucker. So I'm like, turn the light on. He was like, the electricity cut off. And I laughed because I thought he was joking. He was like, the electricity is cut off or whatever. He was like, put your hand right there by the wall. I put my hand on the wall. He said, flip the switch. I flipped the switch. And I said, oh, hell motherfucking no. Like, how the fuck dare you bring me over this motherfucker? You ain't got no electricity, bitch. Like, what the fuck? We could have stayed in my house. I had lights, my nigga. And this is a nigga who was driving like a fucking sports car. Like this nigga, he looked to have back. He was dressed head to toe. This nigga was dressed to impress. I'm not lying. This nigga was looking good, right? Other than the crying part, that was the only weird sign that I had about this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Other than that crying part, this motherfucker took me to this house knowing that there was no electricity. I had never been to this house before. There was no way in hell that I was finna go inside the house. The Spirit was telling me, they kept saying, do not go in the house. And I didn't go in the house. And I know for sure that if I would have went in the house, that motherfucker would have serial killed my ass or something. You finna invite me into a dark place that I've never been. I don't know where anything is in the house. This is your house. So you know where your coffee table at. You know how to move around shit so you don't hurt yourself. You know where the exits are. I don't know nothing about that shit. So I'm gonna go in there and then not be able to get the fuck out. This is what Spirit was telling me. You know? Y'all stop. Now my cat's fighting, y'all. Shit. The kids fighting, the cats fighting, they all fighting. I don't know what the fuck going on, okay? But anyways, that's one of the experiences that I had. And then that motherfucker turned out to be real crazy because after that, I got mad because why would you invite me here? So I was like literally cursing him out. Like, what the fuck type shit? Like, what was you finna do to me? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm asking. What the fuck was you finna try to do to me, nigga? Because why in the fuck did you bring me to a place? And everything I just said to y'all is what I said to him. Why did you bring me to a place where I don't know where the exits are? I don't know. I can't see anything. I don't know where the coffee table is. I don't know where nothing is in this house. So once you got me in here, it would have been over for my motherfucking ass because I would have had no way of escape. You know what I'm saying? I would have had no motherfucking way to get the fuck out of that house, man. This shit, you gotta be careful. That's why I don't internet date. I don't internet date, no. And I'm telling you, the house that he had took me to, this shit was so fucked up. It was so fucked up. So we pull into this nice ass neighborhood with all these mansions. We pull up and I'm talking about these are mansions. I'm talking about big ass motherfucking mansions, okay? We pull up there. I got you, Miss Washington. We pull up to the fucking neighborhood. The neighborhood has got all these big ass mansions. This shit look like fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type shit, right? And at the end of the block, he was like, he said it too, as we were passing up these mansions. He was like, don't get too excited. My house don't look like that. When we got to the end of the block, it was like this old raggedy looking fucking shed. Like they had redone the neighborhood, but somebody wouldn't sell. So they can rebuild and make these nice ass houses. That's kind of like what he took me to. So this is the only raggedy house in the neighborhood, probably because they own the land and they wouldn't sell that motherfucker. And all these mansions around it. None of the mansions was his. None of the motherfucking mansions was his. He lived in the shack at the end of the fucking block. Like, swear to God. You say, I gotta rewind this. This sounds juicy. It's juicy, girl. It's juicy. Rewind that shit, girl. You said, yo, these dudes bold as fuck. Ain't got no electricity. Why we here, right? That's what I said to him in the car. I was like, dude, like, we could have just stayed at my house. I had electricity there. My bills was paid. Like, we could have just stayed there or whatever, right? Then when I ghosted the dude, he turned into a psychopath. No lie. He turned into a psychopath. He was like, you're supposed to be with Jesus, so you have to work with me. You have to help me. You have to fix me. When I was trying to cut him off. I don't got to do shit for you, bitch. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn Jesus. I don't have to do shit for you, but he was trying to attach himself to me. Like, you can help me. You can help me with my soul. You can help me do this. You can help me do that. You can help me. And I probably could have at the cost of my motherfucking energy. Your electricity is off, which tells me as so above, so below. You have no energy, nigga. You have no electrical fucking current flowing through you. You know what I'm saying? But that nigga was straight trying to get me, man. So that's one of them. And then there was the other way. I say yeah too. This was Omaha, Nebraska too. Omaha niggas was weird, boy. They was weird. Okay, then there was the other one, right? So I met this one dude online, and I met him just as friends. Just as friends. Like we had already discussed in our inbox. Like we was just on here, we meeting friends, we meeting new people. You new here, I'm new here, let's meet. You know what I'm saying? So niggas be they be fronting too, right? So he this was years ago, like I said, Omaha, Nebraska. So he invites me over to come swim at his apartment complex. Now this apartment complex is like an hour and a half from where I actually live at, right? So I'm gonna drive out to the apartment complex. Now when I met him, he was driving a truck, so he had a car, right? So I thought that was his car. When we got to the apartment, I thought that was his apartment. He invited us to the pool of the apartment. And I say us because my daughter was with me. My sons was in Atlanta at that point in time. So it was just me and her. And we go over there so we can go swimming and shit. We go swimming. We're having a good time. And then he says that he needs to go back up to the apartment, right? So we go back up to the apartment, and I asked him, can I pee? And I noticed as coming into this apartment that he said he had a roommate and all of that shit too. I noticed coming into the apartment that there's pillows on the couch, there's a blanket on the couch, and then it's only one bedroom. So I'm like, if this is your apartment, and only one bathroom too, because the bathroom was through the bedroom, right? So I'm like, if this is your apartment, you know, where your room at or whatever. He was like, oh, I sleep here. And I'm like, where? He like, here. I'm like, where? I'm like, where you sleep at? He like, here. And he pointing at the couch. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, he was like, well, I'm having a little hard time right now. And I need a job, but I had to hook up on the jobs, right? So I didn't immediately dismiss him then, right? And something also said to me too, like, you're not a roommate. Whoever the fuck lives here. You sleep on the couch. If you were a roommate, you would have your own room. If you were a roommate, you would have gotten into an apartment in which you could actually facilitate the role of a roommate and not somebody who sleeps on a fucking couch, right? Right? You say, woo, child. Right. So, and not somebody who sleeps on a fucking couch. So I had to hook up on the jobs, right? So I ended up getting this nigga a job. I was like, I know where to take you right now. You can get paid, you know what I'm saying, real quick or whatever, you know. So I got to hook up on the job. But the thing is, like I said, he stayed an hour and a half away from where I stayed at, and the job was like 20 minutes from where I stayed at. So he was like, I'll pay you gas money if you take me to work every day. And I said, I'll do it until you get your first paycheck. And I'm going to let you sleep on my couch because they paid you weekly, right? So I was like, I'll let you sleep on my couch, but you cannot sleep in my room. It ain't no lovey-dovey shit or nothing like that. And it was never no lovey-dovey shit. I never touched this dude or nothing like that. So I let the nigga sleep on my couch simply because I was not finna drive an hour and a half every fucking day to pick him up to take him to work when you could just sleep on my couch and then you'll get to work every day until you get your first paycheck and then you can figure it out, right? So he sleeps on my couch. Payday comes, right? And he's like, right as soon as we got paid, as soon as we get off work, he's like, let's go to the casino right quick. Let's go to the casino right quick. I'm like, all right, we can go to the casino, right? And I'm psychic. So when I get into the casino, and those of you all who have been to casinos with me know we don't leave empty-handed in this motherfucker. So he's like, let's go to the casino. So we went to the casino or whatever, and this nigga's asking me for numbers. He's asking me for the numbers so that he can hit on a roulette table, right? Because I'm psychic and I hear spirits and shit. So I get the nigga the numbers that the spirits was giving me, right? This nigga hits $2,000. He hits $2,000. So I'm like, yay, let's go. Like, we need to get the fuck up out of here now. That's how I do when I go to casinos. Once I hit, I'm out. I don't spend no more money. I ain't trying to win no more. I got it. Thank you. This is what Spirit had for me. I appreciate you, you know? So when we get out, he's like, all right, let's go and cash the check or whatever. I'm gonna give you the gas money and a little bit of money for letting me stay on your couch or whatever, right? So we get to Walmart where he cashes his check, right? He doesn't hand me any money immediately, right? He don't hand me any money immediately or anything like that. What he does is he goes, I didn't have any air conditioning. It was summer. I didn't have any air conditioning in my house. What he does is he goes and he picks a cart from Walmart. After he cashed his check, he picked a cart from Walmart and he went to the aisle with the fans, the industrial fans in it. And he put like 4 or 5 big ass industrial fans in his cart. And then he took it through there or whatever. And I'm like, you buying some fans or whatever, you know? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna let you have these for your house or whatever. And I'm like, okay, you know? So he purchases the fans and then we get home or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so can I get the gas money? Can I get the money that you said you was gonna give me? And I feel like you should give me a cut of that casino money because I gave you the numbers or whatever, right? This nigga gave me $15. He gave me $15. Like, here's $5 for gas. Here's $5 for sleeping on your couch. And here's $5 for giving me the numbers at the casino. And I was like, nah, this ain't gonna do it, bro. this is not going to do it. Again, this is years ago. I said, this is not going to do it. Like, you was sleeping on my couch. I took you to work. I got you a job. Like, come on now. No. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, okay, I'll give you a little more. So he reaches in his pocket. Instead of giving me money, he decides that he's going to give me these cards from the casino that each got like $10, $15 on them and shit. And I'm like, I don't want that shit. You need to give me some money. Like, for real. Because I just gave you them numbers. You hit 2,000. Nigga, you just got paid. And you been on my couch and shit like that. And he was like, I ain't finna give you no money. I just bought us some fans so we don't have to be hot. I bought us some fans. I said, no, nigga, you bought you some fans. I didn't ask you for no motherfucking fans. I'm just fine. Because I know how to sit my ass down. I always got me something cold to drink in this bitch. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't need you to give me no fans or whatever. So he gets mad and he's like, well, I'm going to take my fans. I said, all right, fine. I dropped his motherfucking ass the fuck off. Like, him and your fans, bitch. Come on, let's get this shit. Come on. You and your fans, motherfucker, is getting in this car right now. And I'm finna drop you the fuck off to where the fuck I picked your bum ass up from, right? And then I ended up dropping him off and shit. And I go back home and I'm mad. Because he still didn't give me no more than $15. I was mad than a motherfucker. I go back home and I'm mad. And I'm looking out my window. Because I had like an altar kind of set up by the window. So I was like cleaning it and then looking out the window, listening to music, doing good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like getting my mood back right, cleaning this shit, right? And I look out the window and this nigga has that same truck that he was driving at first. That's not his truck. Because I had asked him about that truck when I was asking him about why he needed to stay on my couch. That's the part I skipped over. I was like, why you need to stay on my couch if you got a car or whatever? He didn't tell me that wasn't his car until I noticed that he didn't have a fucking room in the apartment. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you didn't have a fucking room. You know what I'm saying? Right, 15 can't get gas, sure can't, right? So I'm cleaning out the window. Then he was driving past my house again. So I'm like, these niggas is fucking crazy. Like, you crazy as shit. I just kicked you out of my house. You stay an hour and a half away. Literally within an hour and a half, he was driving up and down my street in the truck that wasn't his, which is why, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird, okay? So that was a dating app story too. And I'm just like, I can't do no motherfucking internet dating, bitch. I can't. And like I told you, I met that dude in person. Satan know how you want to do this shit too. And I ain't gonna say Satan, what, the enemy, the power that be, whatever you want to say. They know how you want to do it too. Like just with old boy, like Satan knew I didn't want to find anybody on the internet. So of course he would send somebody in person. And then as I'm paying attention to the fucking signs, I'm realizing that this nigga's a goddamn bum too. Like, what the fuck? I just don't understand. I don't understand, honey. But I'm making the choice right now. Like, for real. I'm not allowing nobody into my life. I'm not, until I'm fucking ready and I can see that the energy is pure. Stay away from internet dating. Those are my two stories that I'm willing to share at this point in time. Miss Sandra, I got you. But I kind of want to do all the readings on the live. I kind of do. And the reason why is because it's quicker for me to do the readings on the lives. I was going to start the live over and then we'll do it like that at noon. If that's okay with you, Miss Washington, you just let me know in the comment section before I end this live. But I hope y'all enjoy my story times. My day was wonderful yesterday, actually. I ain't even feel no way about that nigga being a bum neither. I literally just dropped his ass off and went on a date. Like, shit, all right, bitch, it's me and you. Just me and you. For real. Okay? Yeah, you can send it now. I mean, unless y'all want me to do it now. I was trying to wait till noon because my kids wanted to go to the store and get these snacks. I'm going to wait till noon, but you can send it now. And that's how I start my list. Like Miss Washington, when I come back on a live, she's going to be first because she sent her payment first. And then I just make my list. So when you see send your payment, it's literally first come, first serve. Your name will be on the list. So you'll be second, Miss Flo. And I'm going to be back at noon because I'm going to run these badass kids to get their fucking snacks so they can leave me alone. All right. So I love y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Go back and rewind the video if you just coming in or you came in the middle of the video. And take from my experiences some lessons. Okay? Take from my experiences some lessons. Now, old boy didn't do anything wrong to me last night, but I will say this. The signs is what the spirit was telling me. Like, he was very, polite, I guess, and gentleman-like, I guess. But do I want to be stuck with another broke nigga trying to be nice and not judgmental? No, I don't. I have to pay everything by myself any fucking ways. I don't want to do that. Because then you just going to become like another child to me. You're going to become somebody that I have to provide for. I gotta fucking play motherfucking Uber for your ass and shit like that. Nah, we're not doing that. You said, please listen to the whole live. Shit crazy. Yeah, y'all go back and listen to that whole live. All right, so I'm gonna be back at noon. I'm gonna run my badass kids to go get their zooms and whams. All right, and then I'll be back with y'all. I'm gonna give me a prickle. That's what I'm gonna give me. A sour prickle for my zooms, my whams. All right, y'all. You gang. I'm out this bitch. Hold on, I ain't out yet. Because I seen that comment. You said etymology of the word. You know what? Let me not end this live just yet. That is so right. And I knew that. I absolutely fucking knew the etymology of that word. And I knew that it meant being stupid. I knew that shit, but I kept the fuck on being a dumb bitch. But not this time. Not this motherfucking time. I was paying attention to all the motherfucking signs. Nigga ain't got no house. Nigga ain't got no car. This means this nigga in 6 months will be in my house, eating on my kids' snacks, trying to drive my car. No. All right? But yeah, I'm out this bitch. I got you, Miss Alexi. You're on the list. Or are you Miss Flo? I don't know. But you on the list. You got it. I'm out this bitch.